Okay guys, it's been a while since I've done an update on the van. I haven't forgot about the van or making videos on the van, but it's just, you get to a point in a project like this and in life where other things are happening, so I'm trying to get this thing as far as I can, because more than likely this project's going to be moved miles down the road, and I mean miles. But we're not going to give up on it, and we're going to see it through. So currently where I'm at, you saw the updates on the floors, the front floor, the middle floor. Still haven't done anything with the rear floor, but I'm going to go over the process here based on where I'm currently at. So this van needs to be scooted out of this garage in the next week and a half. So I got to get the front wheels and tires back on the ground. I got to take down all this and start burning the jig that I made. But, you know, that's no biggie. So, started tacking in the roof. And this is a very delicate process because I'm using my clips on the cut line, and I've had to tack it, move, tack, move, tack, and move. And this material is very, very thin, so you don't want anything to warp. You don't want the metal to warp. And there's a few spots where it warped very, very slightly, but I can pound it out when I get to that point. You can see a little slight bend in it there, but I will work that out, and I'll do a little light skim coating up there when I smooth down all the welds. And then I started repairing my panel to go over this and come over and over, cross over onto the A-pillar. So the roof is in, the A-pillars are in. A-pillars are welded in, everything fit up real nice. Did some seam sealer work here, ground everything down. A-pillars are in all the way here, and they're welded in there and seam sealed there. I got a little bit ahead of myself, and I seam sealed the rain gutter, not thinking that I got to weld in this piece of roof to the frame or the roof gutter. So I got a little carried away, I got a little slap happy, but that's no big deal. I'll just burn it out so I can do some tack welds. Same thing on the other side. A-pillars are in, everything's seam sealed. This side turned out great. I was worried that this side was going to fight me, and the passenger side ended up fighting me. And this went in real nice. Everything's welded in. Everything's tight. Good deal. So, we got new ball joints. We got new shocks. OEM replacements for the front suspension. Monroe, Gasmatics. Super cheap, and that's exactly what I pulled out of this. Taking these coil springs out was a bitch. I've never seen that before. A weld repair on a coil spring. That wouldn't have been a smooth ride at all. So after taking all that shit out, I've come to the conclusion that the guy that had this van for all those years drove this thing into the earth and just tried to keep nursing her down the road, and finally got to the point where I bet this thing rode like shit. The floor was rotted out. And then he finally limped it into its resting place, which is unfortunate, but, you know, not everybody does maintenance on their vehicles, and this was a party machine for him, obviously, so he enjoyed it, and that's all that matters. But I can't imagine the later stages of this van's life that this thing rode like anything that you would want to have on the road. So we got our ball joints, upper and lower. We got our shocks. We got new coil springs for this thing. Took this all apart. Gonna clean this all up, put it back together. The tops are threading. And they were a bitch to get out. But the top's threading, bottom's pressing. So from here, once I get this down on the ground where I can move it, the next plan of attack is going to be spot welding this in just here and here and on this inside lip. Then I'm going to start drilling some holes through the frame rails into my gusset plate, and I'm going to start welding that, rosé welding that up, smoothing that down, and then I'm going to use leftover pieces from the donor van to plate that, splice that in, close that all up. Before I do that other side, I'm going to make sure that everything is pulled out that needs to be pulled out on the body lines. However, now that it's on the ground, I'm going to have to run a couple measurements. Forgive me because the lighting's shit in here. But, I mean, you can see that body line lines up pretty good now. And I don't really know how. So I'm going to do a couple more measurements because I can't imagine if I ratchet strap this floor and pull it, I won't even get one full kink on a ratchet strap, and this body line is going to end up over here. So I might be dead nuts right where I need to be, but I'm not going to know until I get a couple measurements on it. But if it is good, I will start on the driver's side frame rail and rosé welding that gusset plate in just like on the other side, and start sealing up my floor. And then once the floor is all sealed up, or at least tack welded in, a few on the sides here and on the other side on the body line, once I get some good welds running around this thing, I'll just kind of rock back and forth. Maybe I'll do that top roof piece in the back where the rain gutter is. But I got the floor to weld in, the frame rails, and all this to close up, my body line on the floor and up there, and a little bit of panel repair around this window, and the body work is done. I'm putting new shocks in. There's the other stuff. Putting new shocks in, new coil springs, there they are, Rock Auto, Lifesaver on these B-Series vans. They have a lot of stuff I wasn't aware of. And so the suspension's all going to be rebuilt. Everything's going to be brand new on this thing. Not one thing has gone untouched. And on a project this big, I'm not surprised. I mean, there's been no mercy on this thing. I thought maybe I'd get a little bit of hope somewhere, but no. So far, there's been no mercy. But that's what I got myself into, and that's what I'm going to finish. And we're just going to keep doing shit like this. You know, that's what it's about. Saving them. Saving the old stuff. And on my budget, some guys think it's crazy. I don't believe in buying $20,000 cars, $15,000 cars with fresh paint jobs, $50,000 cars that you just look at and say how badass they are and you never fucking take out. I don't believe in that shit. I like saving stuff like this. Stuff that was once made for having fun, forgotten about, long forgotten about, and bringing it back to life. I don't know, but that's just what I like. That El Camino is going to be the same thing. Everything on this thing is going to get touched, molested, massaged, whatever you want to call it, until it's back on the road. So that's where we are in the van. We got the A-pillars in. We got the roof line tacked in. We'll finish that off once we get the suspension rebuilt and back on the ground. And this thing can go in and out, push it in and out. Everything's done. Maybe after that we'll run some brake lines. Whatever we have time for before this project has to be moved to its future location. But I haven't really been making a lot of videos because I've just kind of had to haul ass on this. And, you know, everything I touch on this thing is just endless amounts of labor. Some of you guys probably know. Some of you guys are old school and did it back in the day. But to do something to this extent is endless amounts of labor that you never get back. You literally have to love this shit. And fortunately, I do. So, that's where we are. I'm not like these other channels that I just buy junk cars to make content. I do everything. I work full time. I don't have a lot of money, and I do everything as I do, and I do the best I can with what I have. But I'm not building a jalopy. I'm trying to do everything the best that I can and see it through. So that's the update on the van. Didn't give up on it. Been working on it the whole time. Just, it's hard to make videos when you're trying to get work done. So hope you dig it. Leave some comments. The guys that have been following me since day one, I appreciate you guys. You will see this thing done one day, I promise. Just hang in there. And thanks for the support. Thanks for the kind words, because it does mean something when you put this kind of effort into saving something that's so far gone. And I'm not doing it for anything other than to have fun in. I don't care what people think about it. I don't care whatever. I'm doing it because I thought it was too cool for school. And I didn't want to see it go to someone that was going to cut it up, crush it, or whatever. And so that's where we're at. Check it out. And we'll see you here on the next one. I'll do some videos, take some pictures of everything. Once I get the suspension all built, get all the springs in, and everything down on the ground and looking tough. So stay tuned. See you around. Thanks.
Saturday night, we're turning on the radio and the nights it came alive. We thought our life was just a drive. Well, I wanna see the day when we might hold on to our dreams and not just throw them all away. Once when we were young, we thought our dreams could be real. Back to men American still. Life was like a movie, but it seemed so damn real. We had a fire and heart and American steel. We're rolling past California, full of memories, they all covered in dust. Got it really tall, just left to rust. When I found some was old, 57 and some, once we got thrown away. Makes me burn to see it here today. Well, I wanna see the day when we might hold on to our dreams and not just throw them all away. Once when we were young, we got our dreams that could be real. Like them in American steel. Life is like a movie, but it seems so damn real. Got fire in our